Tonight. I got options, pocket rocket, pulling poppin' tonight. Ain't no stopping, that bitch talking, and we dropping tonight.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Lisa Blonay, aka the Hood Mona Lisa, and I am back with another video. This is some hot tea, y'all.
Hey y'all, what is going on? Welcome to Blonay.tea. Thank you guys for tapping in. I'm so glad that you are going to join me. Make sure you smash that like button, share out this live, and if you guys are feeling the vibe, stick around a while. And if you're feeling the vibe, go ahead and subscribe. All right, you guys, let's get right into it. All right. And what I wanted to talk about, first of all, there are so much going on. Okay. All right. The ship is sinking. All right. This reunion, whatever this fakery that they wanted us to buy into is falling the fuck apart. All right. And I wanted to concentrate on one thing. All right. So we are going to start because we are going to talk about Chrisean'S daughter. Now we know there's a video out of her speaking out in subliminals. We've associated with Chrisean because why? Duh. She's talking about Chrisean. But this time she is being more specific and she is speaking out for her mother. Okay, because she's seeing what her mother's doing. She's seeing how Chrisean is treating her, and she's seeing how her mother is stretching her dollars, her time, her effort, and taking care of an ungrateful auntie's child, all right, with special needs. Now, like I said, we've heard her speak out before, and I'm going to read something that was posted. She has a video. I don't know if I uploaded it or not. Did I? I don't know if I uploaded it or not, but I've already shown you guys that. But we're going to get into the article of what she had to say. And she speaks out on behalf of her mother, Chrisean. And she also points out the fact that her mother has to care for Junior without knowing all of his needs. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into this article I'm about to read to you guys. And let's go ahead and pull it up. Thank you guys so much for tapping in to Blonay.tea. Let's go. Because if nobody gonna make it make sense, we gonna make it make sense together. Okay? All right, so let's go ahead and get into this. Make sure that you guys can see it and making sure that you guys can hear me correctly. Because sometimes I'll be speaking on mute. Okay? All right. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this, you guys. And I'm just gonna read what she had to say. Okay. Now, in this article from Circus of Blues 2, it says Chrisean has been caring for Chrisean Jr. without knowing his actual needs, which is crazy. Okay. Now, this is what she had to say. Now, Circus of Blues says Chrisean's niece claims her mom, Chrisean, has been caring for Chrisean Jr. without knowing his actual needs, alleging that Chrisean refuses to provide them with the SS info to get him the proper help he needs. So y'all can't even put him on disability. Y'all can't even put him in programs without his social. She is a diabolical ass. Boy, where do these women come from? I think this is a cruel joke that the world is playing on us, y'all. I think this is a cruel joke that the world is playing on us. They are pissing in our face and telling us it's rain. That's exactly what I feel like. But let's go ahead and get into this. It says that Chrisean refuses to provide his SS info to get him the proper help he needs. She also accuses Chrisean of exploiting her son and using him as a pawn. Girl, we already know. Welcome to the other side. Which you probably already been on the other side, but welcome, girl. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and get into this. I'm going to blow it up a little bit for you guys. Beautiful young lady. She has her picture in here. I didn't want to put her on the cover because I think she's under 18. Yeah, so I don't want to put her on the cover. All right. So now it says, huh? What? Could you please repeat that? I am perplexed as to why it was perceived as a negative response. It is quite absurd how you become so upset over my mother not taking your side. You must acknowledge your mistakes and comprehend them. You wish to continue discussing finances when it has never been about money. We find ourselves lacking. We will manage to obtain it, with you being the last resort and truly never an option. My mother generously contributes for the little one. Okay? She works tirelessly to ensure his well-being. Despite her own challenges, she strives diligently to assist him and provide for him, often without fully understanding his actual needs. She consistently reaches out to you for his social security information so that she can ensure his needs are met. We do nothing but care for you and shower him with love. You exploit him as a pawn because you are aware that my mother will always come through for him. And that is unjust. My mother maintains a highly productive schedule and takes him with her everywhere. She continually spends her own money to support him. He essentially resides with her. And when you do have him, you return him with nothing. Wow, that's powerful. Kind of like she did with Marsh. We see in the pattern, kind of like what she did with Marsh when Marsh took Junior from that courthouse and she had to call and beg and beg and beg and beg because she didn't have no food, no diapers, no milk, no sustenance, no stroller, no blanket, no walker, nothing, ho. Do we see a pattern here? Why would she be lying? You return him with nothing, you trifling sumama. She purchases underwear and clothing. When you do have means, yes, you do send money for necessities, but it's rare. And it's rare you send big bills, knowing my mom is providing for your child's and her. Now, mind you, Tareen has children of her own. Now, I saw her son the other day while she was live, and they were at lunch or something like that. She had to get out. You know how you sit in the booth? She had to get out, and I guess the daughter had to use the bathroom or whatever. So as she got up, I saw her son pop there, just a cutie pie. And then I saw this young lady right here get up and, go do whatever she had to do. I didn't know that Tesehki, I keep on saying Tesehki, that Tareen even had small children. Okay? He looked about 8 or 9 years old. Girl, what are we doing? And you are leaving them ill-equipped with the full responsibility of your seed. Y'all, we got to shake these demons up. We got to shake these demons up. Okay? So this is what Tareen's young daughter had to say. All right? Now, we're not saying Tareen is perfect by a long shot, because none of them are. They all got issues. Are they borderlines? We're going to get into that. We are going to get, because all y'all fit the bill. And y'all not just going to have us over here in Delulu land. We're going to make it sense. Okay? Now, just to remind you guys, this is freedom of speech, all right? And your POV is always welcome. Just talk to me nice, okay? Now, we have known Chrisean to be a liar, okay? And I think that she's had Junior since what, July? Girl, are you off your rocker? Girl, I would come whoop your ass. Girl, if I was any related to you, I would come and whoop your ass. I'm not even playing. If I was your sister and had that right, you would have to see me. And I kind of mean that figuratively, right? But we know that Chrisean lies about drinking. She lies about smoking, which she was recently caught smoking. We've already seen her drinking with T and a bunch of other people. Okay, so she can't hide that. And just recently, I guess on the last live or whatever, she was caught with a blunt in her hand. As soon as she saw that the camera was on her, that means you're under the influence of something. If you can't stay aware enough to know that we can see you, bitch, for you to be that unaware that we can see you, and then you try to pop up and hop, hop, girl, you're delayed. And something is making you delayed. I'm just saying, y'all. I'm just saying. Okay. Now, we all remember when Tesehki said, and like I said, that shit fell apart. I told y'all that it was all a farce. Okay. I told you that shit was fake. There was no real healing, and the shit was going to fall apart because that animosity, that distrust, right, is still lingering. It's still there. Unresolved issues cause problems and avoids what is that word I want to use? It does not allow for healing, real healing to take place. So we know that they didn't do the work. Remember, we gave them the benefit of the doubt. We don't know what they're doing. If they doing fly shit when the camera cuts. So we gave them a benefit of the doubt that they were doing the work behind the scenes, right? And just giving us all the toxic energy. But I do remember when Tesehki said that, or referenced that you had something to do with the unaliving of Ronnie. Okay. And I think this is where the title of setup queens comes into play. Now, remember, she's not the only one. Chastity has also been called a setup queen. Birds of a feather flock together. All right. Each one teach one. So from the oldest down to the youngest, they pass on this toxicity. All right. This MO, method of operation, this pattern of behavior. And we all see it. Let me go ahead and pull this up for you guys. Hold on. Let's go ahead and pull up a quick clip of when Tesehki blamed your rabbit ass in not so uncertain words. Okay. Let me see. Let me see if this is it. Hold on, y'all. Oh, I think it's Facebook. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the appearance of Tesehki. I don't know when. We're going to find out. But she was on Jason Lee, and this is what she had to say. Let me go ahead and pull this up. What's up, Shell? Thank you so much for showing up. Thank you for being in the chat.
Baby, there was a guy online from Baltimore who was claiming to be her baby dad. He ended up getting murdered, right?
Yes.
He really did get murdered. I mean, I saw that online. That was real.
Yes, that was.
And you knew? Did you know him?
Pieces. So yes, I fed that boy.
How did he end up getting murdered? Was he in the streets, in the stuff, or was that just a random thing?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I can't even speak on it. But if I was to speak on it, it don't look too good for certain people that we know. So I'm not gonna speak on it. Like,
well, because it's just all, there's a lot going on there.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I'm not the police, but I'll just leave it at that. Well, I'll say a little bit. He ran up on Chrisean when she was out in public.
He did, and then he had a paternity test coming up or something.
And then it was all online.
And then it was pow, pow, pow. No paternity test. I'm sorry. Rest in peace, his soul.
That's sad.
It's very sad, especially because I fed him. We had an argument before. It's just like we were family. I'm gonna be honest. That little boy really loved her.
Did he?
We been real. All this camera. We back in the streets. We back around the way. That little boy loved her.
So they were a thing.
It was passionate, but it was giving cloudy.
It was.
And that's why I just don't care to speak on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys definitely heard what Tesehki had to say, okay? I haven't seen Chrisean and Bino on today, okay? She's probably recuperating. Anytime you see them glasses on, that means she high. And I'm not talking about weed, okay? Take it for what you want. You don't get high off alcohol. You get drunk off alcohol. So when I say high, I mean high. Anytime you see her wearing her sunglasses at night, she high. So she probably had to recoup, right? Not only all this time, but she had also had him when she was locked up. Exactly. Exactly. Now, you guys heard what Tesehki had to say, okay? And it all makes sense because this is kind of what is echoing what we all believe, right? Now, what I wanted to also get into is, if you guys don't know, I did a live on Trauma, who is Chastity's baby daddy, who was unalived by the Popos, okay? Shot, DEAD. And they're saying that Chastity had everything to do with it, okay? Now, his mother did speak out, and what she said was very, very important. But as I listened to this video, I think I got it from Great T News, because it's a 5-hour long live, y'all. We ain't going through that whole damn thing. So I broke it down for y'all. But I think it's called Great T News or whatever. You guys can go watch it in its entirety. But the mama basically pinned Chastity from the get-go. But it was something that her own baby daddy said about Chastity that really struck a nerve for me. Okay? And in what you're about to hear, he basically says that Chastity is worse than Chrisean behind the scenes. And this is what I mean when I talk about the Jezebel spirit and the manipulation. And, you know, I'm just going to be honest. I just say Jezebel spirit because I know she was, you know, Jezebel is kind of like, you know, not a good spirit. It's sort of like enticing and, you know, have men lusting after her and in that speak. But you know, Google is watching. You know, Google is listening. And all of a sudden it popped up on my timeline. And I actually saw the history of Jezebel. Did you guys know, and I'm just giving you guys a roughing before I go into this other video. Did y'all know that she married a king who was a punk? Okay, she punked him. She punked him. And instead of him running the kingdom, she was running the kingdom. Okay? And that even makes that even more true for me. But let's go ahead and get into what Trauma had to say about this, Chastity. Okay? This man said she is worse, 10 times worse than Chrisean. So she be crashing out, y'all. She be crashing out. These are manipulators. Okay? They somehow get men in their grip and they feel like they have to manipulate them. Okay? Let me go ahead and pull this up. And you guys let me know what you guys think in the chat. Thank you so much for joining, you guys. Hold on, y'all. Let me bring it up. Now, this is my old video. And let me see. I've already had it queued up. Now, you guys let me know if you want to hear what the mom had to say. And then we can go over that. But I want to make my point, okay? Because there's so much his mom said that gave us so much clarity. And these older women ain't lying. Somebody mama ain't lying. Okay? Hold on, y'all. Let me go ahead and allow you guys to view this. Yeah, you just reminded me she did have him while he was locked up. There is a lot of trauma in that family, and it's becoming sickening. Like I said, y'all, I think this is a cruel joke that's being played on us. I think we in the Matrix. I really do. So we need some clarity. We need to stand on 10 toes, and we need to be in this world, but not of this world. So these hoes is tripping. Straight up. This is not how this is supposed to go by any stretch of the imagination. There is dysfunctionality, and I believe a little bit more. Okay, when you get into the mentality of what it takes, the mentality of what it takes to do something as dastardly and as disgusting as these women are doing. Okay, let's go ahead and get into this. Now, remember, this is Chastity's baby daddy who was unalived by the popos. Thanks to her. Thanks to you, bitch. And he speaks on Chastity's whole demeanor, whole personality, who she is. Hold on, y'all.
It's so. Like, this is crazy. He's just gonna sit here and go worldwide and say, oh yeah, she called the police in front of all of us. That she called the police and told the police, yes, he's a dangerous person and has a gun on him. That's why they came for these things. They're two of my things apart.
Beating on Chastity. Man, I'm beating it.
So this is Trauma himself talking, okay? This is Trauma himself talking with Charity was making those claims about him, okay? And they were saying that she was putting her hands on him. Remember, she admitted that she hit him in the head with a Hennessy bottle. Okay?
Now, before we get into this, I'm going to read this on the screen, okay? And we are about to listen to Trauma. And as you heard him say, she hit him in the head with a Hennessy bottle. Sound familiar? Sound familiar? Because who else got hit in the head with a Hennessy bottle and somebody tried to vacuum the glass out the back of his head? Chrisean. Okay? Chrisean. And you're wondering why the similarities, and I'm pointing, these are the similarities. I'm just pointing it out. Okay? Let's go ahead and get into this, you guys.
I'm beating it.
So this is Trauma himself talking, okay? This is Trauma himself talking with Charity was making those claims about him, okay? And they were saying that she was putting her hands on him. Remember, she admitted that she hit him in the head with a Hennessy bottle. Okay? It's kind of like the same situation with Blueface and Chrisean. Remember, they always was trying to make it seem like Blueface was a bad person, but in every situation, every altercation, she was the one putting her hands on him. He wasn't just waking up putting his hands on her. You know? A lot of it was like on some self-defense. We've seen video. She went to jail for beating him up in Arizona, remember? She got arrested. But then remember the situation in LA, they was downtown. Remember, they was downtown in LA, and she just kept fighting him, y'all. And remember the guy kept saying, hey, leave him alone. Leave that guy alone. He's not doing nothing. Why are you following him?
Pussy up. That obviously. Fuck you talking about? Suck my dick. Ask me no shit like that. I beat niggas up. That's what y'all don't understand. Y'all niggas ain't fucking deal with this shit. I don't know. Y'all niggas don't know what the fuck. This shit, that shit that y'all see, that we all see, and what transpired over the years, behind closed doors, I be going through that same shit with Chastity. 10 times more crazy. I like the fuck, y'all, man. Sean ain't got nothing on Chastity. You ask me. And that's her little sister. So she got all that shit from Chastity. This time around, I'm fucking trying my hardest to just like yeah, just avoid me feeding into the toxicity. You feel what I'm saying? I ain't trying. I try to avoid feeding into the toxicity as much as I can. And she takes that the wrong way. Take it as way as though like I'm ignoring her and shit, but that's not what it is.
Remember, we're listening to a man that was unalived, bruh, because of her. This is scary, man. This is sad.
Okay, we're not just gonna skip by what he said. He said Chastity, him and Chastity are going through similar of what Chrisean and Blueface go through on a regular basis. That chaotic, calamity-filled, dysfunctional, abusive, violent, DB craziness, psychos and abusers coming together as one. He's saying they went through the same thing. But you know what he added on? He said Chastity is worse than Chrisean with the erratic behavior, the busting niggas upside the head with Hennessy bottles. Sound familiar? Okay, so you heard what Trauma, Chastity's baby daddy, had to say about her before his unaliving, and rest in peace to Trauma. Okay. Why he was walking around with a gun in the first place, why most YNs walk around with a gun in the first place, because they feel like they have to, or they may have to. Not no fault of their own. Maybe the neighborhood that they live in, they may be associated with a gang. Who the fuck knows? Okay. But when your baby daddy is unalived, one thing you don't do is respond the way Chastity responded. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play Trauma one more time for those who didn't hear him, because this is a rare find. And for him to give us this insight into who Chastity really is, she's almost a splitting image of what Chrisean does to this day. But she tries to act so innocent, so demure, so out of the way. All right. So I'm going to rewind it a little bit, and I want you guys to take a listen to Trauma one more time, and then we're going to move on. Read this on the screen, okay? And we are about to listen to Trauma. And as you heard him say, she hit him in the head with a Hennessy bottle. Sound familiar? Sound familiar? Because who else got hit in the head with a Hennessy bottle and somebody tried to vacuum the glass out the back of his head? Chrisean. Okay? Chrisean. And you're wondering why the similarities, and I'm pointing, these are the similarities. I'm just pointing it out. Okay? Let's go ahead and get into this, you guys.
I'm beating that.
So this is Trauma himself talking, okay? This is Trauma himself talking with Charity was making those claims about him, okay? And they were saying that she was putting her hands on him. Remember, she admitted that she hit him in the head with a Hennessy bottle. Okay? It's kind of like the same situation with Blueface and Chrisean. Remember, they always was trying to make it seem like Blueface was a bad person, but in every situation, every altercation, she was the one putting her hands on him. He wasn't just waking up putting his hands on her. You know? A lot of it was like on some self-defense. We've seen video. She went to jail for beating him up in Arizona, remember? She got arrested. But then remember the situation in LA, they was downtown. Remember, they was downtown in LA, and she just kept fighting him, y'all. And remember the guy kept saying, hey, leave him alone. Leave that guy alone. He's not doing nothing. Why are you following him?
Pussy up. That obviously. Fuck you talking about? Suck my dick. Ask me no shit like that. I beat niggas up. That's what y'all don't understand. Y'all niggas ain't fucking deal with this shit. I don't know. Y'all niggas don't know what the fuck. This shit, that shit that y'all see, that we all see, and what transpired over the years, behind closed doors, I be going through that same shit with Chastity. 10 times more crazy. I like the fuck, y'all, man. Sean ain't got nothing on Chastity. You ask me. And that's her little sister. So she got all that shit from Chastity. This time around, I'm fucking trying my hardest to just just avoid me feeding into the toxicity. You feel what I'm saying? I try to avoid feeding into the toxicity as much as I can. And she takes that the wrong way. Take it as way as though like I'm ignoring her and shit, but that's not what it is.
Remember, we're listening to a man that was unalived, bruh, because of her. This is scary, man. This is sad.
And unfortunately, this seems to be the MO for these sisters. If you don't go along, get along. If they feel a hint of rejection, or you not feeling what they, what you're not doing or feeling what they want you to feel, this is how it ends up. Okay? They have a trigger on rejection. And that is fear. Okay? A fear of being rejected, a fear of being left. And remember, she was pregnant at the time that this happened. Now, okay, we've listened to trauma. We've listened to his side. Now, after he was unalive, remember, or if you guys don't remember, Quail, who is Trauma's best friend, was in the car with Trauma's mama. Everybody was driving up to the scene. Remember that Chastity, I think, could see the scene from where she was. Now, and this is from the mom speaking, I'm just summarizing it. She says when she got there, when they were driving, she knew that Quail was on the phone with somebody, but she didn't know that he was on the phone with Chastity. So Lord knows what she was saying, okay? Now, once they got to the scene, Chastity was already there. Chastity was already there. So just keep that in mind. Now, I want you to hear the response that a kind and decent woman who is not guilty, guiltless, okay, loves her baby daddy, is currently carrying his baby, how she reacts to people accusing her of unaliving her baby daddy. Now, the backstory is, and I'm just summarizing, is that I don't know where they were, in a hotel or whatever, adjacent to where he got pow-powed at. And they got into it. He disagreed with her. And I think he tried to leave. You know how they fear of abandonment will make these hoes go crazy. Okay? She knew that once he left, wherever they were, I think they were at a hotel, motel, Holiday Inn, I don't know. She knew that he had a GUN on him. She also knows the street code, that you can get pow-powed by the police if you pull out a Chico stick, if they think it's a GUN. Okay? You can pull out a pencil. If you young and black, or even you can look past that, because police ain't playing. If you reaching or it looks like you got something, you might get pow-powed just for the fuck of it. But we know, if you street smart, that you do not call the po-po on no damn black man. And you know that he left with a GUN. You know that he carries a GUN. I just want you guys to take a look at what she had to say, okay? Hold on, you guys. Let me take this down. And I think, you guys, that's on Grape Tea, because you guys can hear the full video. I don't know if it's called Grape Tea News, because it's part of my live. So I don't know, but it's Grape Tea something. The person that's speaking, his name is, he has a video. I mean, oh my God. He has a channel, I think, called Grape Tea or something. Okay. So let me go ahead and pull up Chastity's response to people saying that she had something to do with the unalivement of her own baby daddy. Okay. First on the scene, first to call the popos. She probably even heard the gunshots. Now that's diabolical. That's sickening and it's sad. Yet these people are in our faces every day. You like my makeup? No, bitch. You like my hair? No, ho. I make 100K. We don't give a fuck, bitch. You're not fooling us anymore. We want answers. Okay? We don't give a damn what y'all trying to present to us. A new scheme, a new gig, a new hairstyle. We don't give a. All right? Y'all done did too much damage. Let's get into this. Hold on, y'all. This is her response, y'all. This is her response to her own baby dad. Oh my God, it makes me want to laugh and cry at the same damn time. I mean, the confusion level that they put me on. I mean, y'all probably got clarity and already figured it out. Me, I'm confusion. I'm confusion. I never seen nobody act like that. I've never been exposed to this type of dysfunction, right? And rotten behavior. Hold on, let me see. All right, Chastity speaks on trauma being unalived. Let's go ahead and get into this. And then she's laughing on top of that. Girl, you need your ass whooped. You laughing because your baby daddy got freaking unalived, whether it was your fault or not. This is unacceptable. You guys let me know what you think. Hold on, y'all. Let me bring it up. Okay. Did it just change on me? Hold on, y'all. I think it just changed on me. What the fuck? Oh my God. Hold on, y'all. I don't know why it switched up like this. Okay, here we go. Oh my God. All right, let's go.
Whoopty woo. You his self-kill when he pulled the gun out on the police. I didn't get him. Yep, I sure did. Yep. He got his self-kill when he pulled the gun out on the police. I didn't get him killed. Dummy. You gotta be dumb to pull a gun out on a police and think you're gonna live. How is that me getting them killed? You know how many people called the police that day? After me, dumb bitch. Shut your goofy ass up. And guess what? That ain't getting to me. You my daughter. Whoop-de-woo. You killed your baby father. No, he got himself killed. He pulled the gun out on the officer. Who does that? Dummies. You a dummy too. You behind a fake page. I got time today. Yes. You only think king, huh? Sorry. Hey, Lex. My daughter. They think they doing something, talking about somebody got their father killed. No. He was kicking me and stomping on me and doing stuff to me. And the police came. Don't entertain it. Y'all don't know what was going on. Y'all don't know how many people called that day. I'm so sorry, baby. You probably like, girl. Yeah, don't. Well, all right. Be like, go do your dishes. Clean your bathroom. Go wash your ass. That's not a rat, dummy. A rat is somebody that's telling on somebody. I'm a female. I don't care what you say. That's not a rat. I didn't tell on nobody. I called for help, dummy. Y'all better be glad I called the police and I ain't called my niggas. Fuck is you talking about? And I wash it every day. And you can't make me mad, baby. That's why I ain't block you. I'm not you talk your shit and all that stupid. So weirdo. You can't make me mad. Like that's all they could ever say. All you can ever say is something about my acne. Nothing else. You had child abuse on your record. Y'all ain't got shit. And I'm cute as a bitch. And I take your nigga and your bitch. Fuck trauma. What you talking about? Whoever's saying that. Fuck him. They said fuck Mookie, so now I'm a drag. Now record that and go post it. Go ahead and post it. Go ahead. Who is that? It's somebody he related to. It's not nobody I know. And Mookie's still here. So fuck you and your whole family. I don't give a fuck, dummy. You ain't like that one, did you? You thought she was doing something when you said something about my brother. You ain't like what I said. Fuck you. Fuck you and your brother. You're a cloud chaser. Flip flop, biggity diddy dot. Is you mad or you mad? Is you mad? That's not why that happened. Everybody called the police. You were chasing me in a hotel with a gun, dummy. The police Ben came and left the first time. I saved his dumb ass. He came back, kicking on my door with his gun in his hand. Other people called the police. So y'all can say what y'all want. I don't care. Who pulls a gun out on the police? Somebody that's suicidal. Because I would never and think I'm going to live. Y'all want to see the messages where he say he's going to do that to himself? He going to die like that? Y'all want to see the messages?
So you heard that disrespectful response to her own baby daddy, who she was currently pregnant by, unaliving by the popos. This is disgraceful. It's no kind of legacy. And their timeline is full of trash. And I don't trust them. Okay? As far as I'm concerned, they are overbearing. Okay? They like to manipulate these men, overpower these men. And if they don't agree with what they want, they get real evil. They get real spiteful. And it's a pattern of behavior, which leads me to believe that there's more just going on than just childhood trauma. Bitch, you know how many people I know got their ass whooped, okay? Grew up in poverty, all right? Was emmed, all right? Damn near unalive. And they're doing so well today. So you can't tell me that growing up in a traumatic or not so positive environment leads to this. No, there's something more. Generational curses, yes, definitely. There is definitely a generational curse. But the way I see it, you know how when Blueface claimed that he found at least 10 men, bro, 10 men, that means you've been doing the same, you've been bopping since day one. You're a bopper since day one. You've been bopping here, bopping there. You'll sleep with this person, sleep with that. We're watching you do it now. You feel like just because you're not tied to Blueface and you're not somebody's girl anymore, that your behavior can be erratic and all over the place. No, this shows your true nature and what Blueface was dealing with. Now, he may have a lot of women and, you know, they may do their things or whatever, but when it comes down to him, I'm assuming his day ones are not out there like that. Okay? I believe that Chrisean is a nympho. She's overbearing, and that's why men get tired of her. Okay? You take a man's time and his dick. Okay? You take a man's time and his dick. Now, as we're getting back to what Chrisean'S daughter said, I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of history of what we're about to talk about and the reason why I feel that there may be some borderline personality disorders going on around here. And we are going to try to make it make sense together. Now, besides Chrisean'S daughter speaking out, we've heard others speak out, but it's always about money, or so it seems though, right? Now, do you guys remember? And I can't find it to save my damn life. I cannot find this clip to save my motherfucking life, but I know that Marsh, when she picked up Chrisean Jr. from that, when Chrisean got arrested and she went to the courthouse and picked up Chrisean Jr. Do you guys not remember her saying that she had to keep calling and begging? Sound familiar? Sound familiar like what Tareen said? We heard of what Tareen said. She says, well, you're not begging. Well, it feels like I am. And when I got to call you 11 times, hope, and ask you for something that should already be given, that's going to make somebody feel like they begging. Okay, just FYI, clueless. Girl, you could not read the room if it was in Braille. You couldn't read the room if it slapped you in the mouth with a dick. Okay, blue faces and Binos together, bitch. You wouldn't be able to read the room, hope. Okay, if it was a snake, it would have bit you. That's how clueless and unattached that she is. But if we look at patterns, we can see some truth in everything that people say about Chrisean and how she handles her money. Now, if you guys remember, I was telling you that Marsh said that she had to beg Chrisean to give her money for diapers, milk, life, bitch, stroller, blanket. She said you left him with nothing either, bitch. Who else just said that? Who else? Tareen's daughter. So there is some truth to this. We're not just gonna brush this up under the rug. No. Also, since I couldn't find that clip, I said, let me dig a little deeper because I know there's somebody else out there that had to beg this hoe for some money for her or her own child. And I ran across the video where Chrisean's friends get together and ask for donations for Chrisean while she's in jail. Okay. Let me go ahead and pull that up as well. Why are your friends getting together and asking for donations while you're in jail? Why? And I know y'all say that she's broke, but she can't be. If you guys say that, please explain that to me. Because the way the social media works, she's getting something. There's not that much D rugs in the world where you're spending all your money on D rugs. I don't believe that. I mean, so that's a conundrum that we're going to have to face. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into this clip where Chrisean's friends have to get together and actually ask for donations. Okay? Let's go ahead and get into this video. What Tareen's daughter is saying is true. What Tareen is saying is true. Despite their flaws, despite their downfalls, despite whatever negative things you say, we are talking about this specific subject. Okay? We're not going down memory lane and trying to judge people's character and none of that. We don't got time for that. Okay? I mean, other people. We're focusing on this right now. Let's go. Hold on, you guys. Let me go ahead and bring this up and you guys take a listen. And I do want to shout out Love My Kids coming through like a BIP should. She says, hey, Blow and fam, you always showing love. Shout out to you, my love. Love My Kids. I love it. Thank you. Thank you so much for supporting this channel and this chat. Thank you for being in my chat and giving your POV. Okay. You said, Blow, these people are garbage. Garbage, bitch. Okay. Garbage. I saw the upload with the clowns at the Rams game. I saw what she was doing in the front seat on the way to the game. She's not slick. They caught her. How can you be that clueless and you're on a 24-hour live stream? Something mental with a disorder is going along, is going on. When you say that word mental, you need to follow it with the word disorder because that's the only thing that makes sense to me. It really is. Okay. At Shell, did you check out the upload before And during the Rams game, her and him, no, I haven't checked it out. It's so much ish going on, y'all. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into this. All right. Hold on. What does this person say? Y'all are so miserable. Pure hate. It's sickening. Girl, there's no hate over here when we just trying to give you the truth. You're saying our opinions on what we're seeing. We're hating. Did we create these videos? Did we put a GUN to Trauma's head? Did we force Chastity to say what she said? Knock it off. Okay? Knock it the F off. I'm simply bringing you the receipts that are already out there, and we are giving an opinion on it. Okay? Catch up, Buttercup. Catch the up, Buttercup. Okay? And we're going to keep on talking. You call it hate, we call it the truth. Okay? The people can call it the truth. All right. Thank you, girl. Thank you. But you know, these are people that also want to grasp on to their generational curses and not let go. And I tell you, anybody that agrees with Chrisean are either one of three things. Either they do this behavior themselves, they find nothing wrong with it, or they go along to get along, just not to rub people the wrong way. Right? Right. Okay, let me see. Hold on, y'all. Let's go ahead and get into this.
You know, kind of rally up the troops so that we can get her lawyer to her, whatever. I'm taking it upon myself to make sure I get all of the screenshots, all the cash apps, everything, like everything situated because I know how Shauna is, and like I know how she is. Like she's not gonna be happy if she finds out that you feel me, like just like we couldn't get access to her money. So, but maybe was in a rush to get her attorney or whatever. So we rallied up the troops. So that's why, Chastity came up here to, kind of rally up the troops so that we can get her lawyer to her, whatever. I'm taking it upon myself to make sure I get all of the screenshots, all the cash apps, everything, like everything situated because I know how Shauna is and like I know how she is. Like she's not gonna be happy if she finds out that you feel me, like just like we couldn't get access to her money. So but maybe was in a rush to get her attorney or whatever. So we rallied up the troops, but it's like, she'll be free or she'll be, in the best position or whatever. Niggas gonna be lagging, niggas gonna be procrastinating. So I'm gonna take it upon myself to collect the screenshots of all the payments made or whatever. Once it's hit that month, you feel me? So that everyone can see, boom, and we're gonna keep the receipts. And that's what I'm gonna do on my part. For me. So I just want to come up in here and clear it up a little bit. You feel me?
Well, hello. This was a young man that was in the bathroom on FaceTime when Chrisean Jr. was getting changed. He had stated there's nothing has happened. He is asking for donations for a lawyer for Chrisean Rock, but she has no bail. So fans are like, what is going on here on the T? So it is what it is. All we can do is just prayers up for Chrisean Rock. She gets home to Junior.
Begging for donations to get her a lawyer. Mrs. Billion Dollar baby. I just made $100K in 3 weeks. You know what's popping. I just made $100K. I'm popping. I got more money than you. See what she throwing in everybody's face? You're broke and you're ugly. Let's go band for band. No, let's go baby for baby. That's what she said. She didn't want to go band for band. She said, let's go baby for baby. It was silence after that, right? But I'm just showing you guys the pattern, right? This is a pattern of behavior. And this is for entertainment purposes only. This is strictly my POV, as well as my chat. This is your point of view, okay? I am already bringing you guys what is already out there. I didn't hold a gun to nobody's head and make them say any of these things that I'm showing you. As a matter of fact, I didn't even create the videos. I didn't even create the videos. Okay? I didn't. I didn't create these videos. Right? Now, let's go ahead and get into this, y'all. Let me see what you guys are saying. We see the negative, but we're just gonna leave that because I told y'all, we already know they fall into one or three categories, and that's something that we really can't do anything about. But truth is never a diss, okay? And what I bring you when you hear the video and it plays, that's the truth. Now, what I say afterwards is my opinion. Get it right. Get it right. And a lot of people like to ignore the truth. That's how they get through life, ignoring the truth. So if that's what you want to do, so be it. Okay. Thank you, Michelle Jordan. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me see. You say, Michelle, I spell my daughter's middle. Oh, your middle name is Michelle too as well. Okay. Michelle says, at Valerie, it's called discernment, not hate. Thank you. Cock it. Cock it. Now, you guys may ask, like, what does this all mean, right? First of all, I want to say, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and become a member, all right? And all of these things that we've just heard, because this is what leads me to a possible mental disorder. I mean, can you guys explain this? I mean, I know there's other avenues, but we can explore possible mental disorders. Although there are many avenues, let me just get that clear. We're not a psychiatrist. We're not a doctor. This is simply my observation, my research. I took the behaviors, I wrote them down, and I matched them. Okay? I looked at several mental disorders, and believe me, I searched them. But one possibility that stood out to me, and that's BPD. If you guys don't know what that is, that's borderline personality disorder. And I'm going to present the facts, what I found, and you come up with your own conclusion. You come up with your own point of view and thoughts and opinions, okay? This is your freedom of speech. Please use it, okay? Your freedom to think. We want free thinkers over here. We want logical thinkers. We want critical thinkers. And it's okay to disagree with me. It's okay. Not everybody's going to agree with me. But talk to me nice. Get disrespectful, and you will get the out. Okay? I think on my next live, I'm going to start with one. What is it called that I can have? What is that called? Moderator. Okay? We're going to start with a moderator. But for now, let's go ahead and get into this, okay? Let's go, y'all. Hold on. Why is this even up? All right, so let me take this down, you guys. And let's go ahead and get into my little theory. Because something ain't right. It got to be another element. It can't just be, oh, they crazy, girl. they just dig dumb, girl. No, the fuck. No. It's something deeper. Even a generational curse is nothing to laugh at. You should want to detach yourself because everyone has a generational curse. Some people learn how to detach themselves from it while others don't. I wonder why. Deflection, denial, lack of accountability, much. That's what I don't stand behind. All right. So hold on, you guys. Let me go ahead and bring this up. What did you say? Tareen said her baby sis will not give her his Social Security or medical, for the baby junior. And they think it's all right. So y'all daffy. If somebody was taking care of your child and he was special needs and she was just asking for a funky Social Security number, you wouldn't give it to him? Y'all some haters on your own children talking about, I'm a hater. If you agree with that, you a straight hater on your own child. And you should be ashamed of yourself for even backing somebody who would do something like that. Fucking whack ass. Boy, I tell you, people will just stand for anything. But I tell you, everybody has a price. Some people will sell their soul. Okay? Just remember that, y'all. Just remember that. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this. Hold on, y'all. What is this right here? Hold on, y'all. Now, as I looked into BPD, which is borderline personality disorder, it rarely stands alone. And the behaviors of Chrisean that cannot be explained, I feel must be diagnosed. Now, not by me, I'm not a doctor, but I'm giving you guys what I researched. I'm going to present it to you. You guys let me know what you think. Because if it can't be explained in the regular world, there has to be another explanation for this, for her behavior. Like I said, I'm not a doctor, and this is for informational purposes only. Okay, something that you can take away from this. You may see it in yourself. You may see it in a loved one. It may give you a new perspective, or you can learn something that you didn't know before. Okay. Now, we know she came from a nightmare of extreme abuse. And I remember somebody asking her, when did it start? She said birth. Go ahead and find that clip and tell me I'm lying and I'm a hater. Since birth. And you don't think that's going to affect her in some way? What? She said since birth. Okay? So that means she came from an extremely abusive childhood, which automatically puts her in a category. What category? We don't know. We don't know. But I'm willing to explore it because clearly she needs help. Although not curable, but it can be managed, right? And if anybody's needing, if anybody's needing an explanation of what I'm about to get into, just listen, okay? Now, if anybody's managing her 24-hour stream, they ain't doing nothing but making it worse. Because I know that this is for the money. It's for Junior. I get it. Now, it's hard to put a finger on it because someone who is borderline personality disorder, I'm going to say BPD, can have something as simple as just one of the symptoms, right? Wait a minute. Let me take this down. Hold on. You know what I'm saying? Or they can have various symptoms, all right? And they also don't just have to have BPD alone. You know that or if you didn't know, they may have an anxiety disorder, a mood disorder. They may have PTSD or trauma. And if y'all don't think that she suffers from one of these, from being abused since 0, you're smoking crack. Without a diagnosis. Just on GP. Okay? Or trauma, or substance use disorder, right? Or even narcissistic personality disorder. So this is nothing that we can diagnose because we're not doctors, okay? And like I said, this is for entertainment purposes only. But we're going to get into some tea because something is wrong with the whole shebang, the whole situation. And you can't tell me no different, okay? When we watch Chrisean, let me tell you what I see. She has erratic behavior. She's impulsive. She displays risky behavior. Now, it's commonly known that someone who suffered from, BPD, by the time they go to the doctor and find out that they have it and they're properly diagnosed, their life has been severely affected already by their own behavior. And this is what I was saying about self-sabotage, which led me to look up this very disorder, okay? Now, this is often leads to massive losses related to relationships, jobs, and so much more. Basically, this is a roller coaster of intense, erratic emotions and moods and behavior that can include self-injury, okay, hospitalization, and possible even legal issues. Have we not seen her in legal issues because of her behavior? Or no? Am I hating? No? Am I hating? Or have we not seen that? Holla if you hear me. Or are we just making it up? But now, people with BPD will experience these symptoms. But according to the DSM, which is the criteria that it takes for you to even be considered to have any type of mental disorder, there's 9 criteria. You only have to have 5 out of the 9 to have met that. And remember, they don't have to have all of those symptoms. Now, mind you, BPD rarely stands alone. And for that reason, there are over 126 possibilities. And that's why I'm saying we're covering a large area, you guys. All right? We are covering a large area. Now, mind you, the 126 possibilities within BPD alone, so we will never hit the bullseye, okay? We probably will never get it right. But here's some statistics, and you can go check them out yourself. They may have been updated, slightly off, but I'm just giving you a picture, okay? I'm not too sure, but we're in the ballpark, okay? Now, just some examples, 96% of people who have BPD also have a mood disorder. Hold on, you guys. Let me bring up this video for you guys that I meant to bring up already. Before I continue, hold on, y'all. Let me bring this up. And I'm also going to grab a water. But let me bring this up for you guys first. Hold on. I know this is playing with me today. It really is. All right. Let's go ahead and upload this. Thank you guys. Make sure you hit that like button, share out this live, and subscribe. All right. Now, why are they saying that this is invalid? Like, bro, what is wrong? Hold on, you guys. There's always something. Always something. Don't tell me I'm about to shut this shit down in order for me to play this video, bro. Let's see, you guys, if it'll come up. Okay, it's come up. All right, hold on, y'all. All right, so let's continue, all right? Now, like I said, 96% of people who have BPD also have a mood disorder. 88% have an anxiety disorder. 47 to 56% have a co-occurring PTSD or trauma-related disorder. 30 to 50% have a co-occurring substance abuse disorder, and 40% will qualify for narcissistic personality disorder, okay? Now, I do want to clarify that there are 4 types of borderline personalities, okay, which makes this so much more complicated. Now, we're not going to get into that, but let's stick to what I did look up, okay? But to get to the root of, if you know that someone is clearly has BPD, they must display this, all right? In order to qualify for any personality disorder, there must be an enduring pattern, we already see that, of inner experiences and behaviors, inflexible and deviate from the expectations of that person's culture. You don't remember her sticking her finger in the cake? You don't remember calling Wendy Ortiz enchilada? And ugly and broke. You guys don't remember all these different displays of behavior that deviate from the person's culture? And it has an onset that can be traced back to either adolescence or early adulthood. You know, a lot of times when you do have disorders, they show up in early adulthood, adolescence and early adulthood. Okay. Now, DID, which is dissociative identity disorder, starts in childhood. I think it's from age, I don't know, age something to like 7 or 8. That is what occurs in childhood. But what we're talking about usually comes in early adulthood or adolescence. Okay. Now, this persuasive pattern of behavior and thought cannot be explained by substance abuse, a substance abuse problem, or even any other type of disorder, if that makes sense to you guys. Okay. And you must also cause impairment in at least 2 of these areas in a person's life. Okay. Number 1 is cognition, which is their way of perceiving themselves or people or any events. And this is what I mean when I say that she cannot read the room. It don't matter. She never reads the room, in my opinion. She always misses the mark. Okay. Number 2 is the effect, which is the range of intensity and emotional responses. 3 is interpersonal functioning, which is their ability to create and sustain relationships. We done seen that go down the drain. Okay. Impulse, and number 4 is impulse control. I don't think she has any control. She's very impulsive. Okay. She just got up and socked Low London. She just got up and just socked Persuasion. She just went on that BET red carpet and slapped the dog shit out of that girl without provocation, without warning. That's pretty impulsive if you ask me. It shows a lack of control. Speaking on that too, at least 2 of these have to be present to qualify for a diagnosis of any personality disorder. Let's just get that straight. Now I'm going to give you the criteria, all right, specifically for borderline personality disorder. Now remember, you only need to display 5 of the 9, including in addition to the general criteria that we just went over, okay, that I just mentioned. Let me play this video right quick, and then we'll go into those 9 criteria, you guys.
Seven. Why? How many tattoos of him do you have? 7. Why?
I like him that much.
And does that help you feel connected and close to him?
No, that's some shit I just want to do because I'm bored.
Now see, what I just say, this is about telling the truth.
That
And
was
you
the
know,
truth.
and you know damn well that's not the truth.
You be bored?
What?
That's why you do it, because you be bored?
I mean, like, not like bored, but like free time. When my free time, tap my nigga name. Yeah, that's fun.
Chrisean, look at me.
What?
That makes 0 sense.
I don't make sense. That's the thing about it.
No,
it's not here
no.
for
So I guess because he's going against the grain and not agreeing with Chrisean, he's a hater too? Okay.
No, you do make sense where you're telling the truth.
Don't have me feel shit. I just like that shit. I like him. I get what
You
you're saying.
you have his face on your neck, right?
Hey, I said that.
So that means, right? That's saying something.
That I'm his.
Okay. So that's the truth. Why is that so hard for you to go there?
No more than
I gotta stay glued to her hip. Damn.
right.
You don't gotta stay glued. We should separate and come right back. We understand what's going on.
Not
Y'all
too
just
much.
mind y'all
Not too much separation. I got separation from anxiety.
No more than 48 hours.
How about like no more than an hour? Maybe for your meetings, you get an hour.
Separation anxiety from your man that you just met like a fucking month ago, but not your son. How the fuck do you think he's feeling? You don't think he got separation anxiety from his fucking mother? But unfortunately, you're never there to take care of your motherfucking child. Like, she cares so much more about her man as about her own child, her own son. Like, that facade for his birthday, oh, she was with him all day, da-da-da. The minute the cameras turned off, she literally left with her man and left Junior with her sister. Sis has no maternal instincts at all. You're out all day, all night with your man, Bino. And where's your son? He's with your sister. He's been with your sister for over a month. And she wanna come on and be like, oh, I can't be too far away from my man, Bino. I get separation anxiety. How the fuck you think Junior feel? You don't think he got separation anxiety? You don't think he craves his mother's attention? You don't think he misses his mother's scent? You don't think he wants his mother to teach him how to walk? You don't think he wants his mother to read him books when he goes to sleep? You like, I could name so much more shit, but it's really blowing mine. Like, you're online, you're showing how much you love your man, this and that. Oh, my man, I'm hugging under my man. Where's your son? Like, what the fuck is actually going, like, what be going through, sis? I don't understand. You're streaming every day and you claim it's for your child, but what are you doing on stream that people are interested in? You're literally booed up, coupled up with your man, and that's about it. And then when your sisters tell you to come pick up Junior because you're out all night, you get pissed off, you get heated.
It's cool. I'm on my way. I got
And I really have a bad feeling that her new man is gonna give her another baby, and it's gonna be the same shit, just like baby Junior. And I'm just irritated. I really am. I don't want to see Chrisean on my For You page anymore. It's so much you can do and say, but a person will never ever understand and realize that shit. Cause stop claiming all this shit is for your son. It's not. It's not. It's for you. It's for you to feel loved and nurtured, but your son also needs to feel loved and nurtured, sis.
Hey, baby, shit till that shit go.
Alright, baby, that's cool.
Alright, sit your ass over there.
You wanna fight?
I'm serious, yo.
I know you're serious, and I'm serious too. So why you trying to act like I'm not? That's frustrating. Oh, somebody unplug my shit. Type C.
We put it right here.
I don't want that. I want the... It's not funny? What's funny, baby?
Nothing, baby. It's your world. She don't want that shit. Nigga, get her a different charger.
No, excuse me. Pardon my bad.
Girl, you do that every day of your life. Talk to people like they are beneath you. Talk to people like trash. You've been on that cameraman's neck since day numero uno. And now you want to be like, oh, sorry. Oh, when I'm on my period, I need Jesus. Girl, you need Jesus 24/7. I'm just here to let you know. Okay?
I need Jesus when I'm on my period. Like, I'm getting Tadashi on my fucking forehead over this fucking shit. Tadashi over my fucking pussy. Tadashi over my hand. What else? Tadashi over my ear. Like, but bold, nigga. Like, thick words. Real. I felt my forever. Why y'all saying no? Yo, that's what's happened to me. I'll put Tadashi face. I need an artist that know how to. Can y'all find one that know how to put a picture over a picture? There's one out there. But till we figure this out, you know how I'm lasering it off though. Till we figure this part out, the other ones, yes, Tadashi's going bold print over all of them.
Okay. So this what led me to dig a little deeper, especially when I heard that girl on her TikTok say, I don't understand. Please explain to me, girl. I'm going to try. Okay. So let's get into the video that I wanted to show you that's going to give you the 9 criterias. Okay. Hold on, y'all. Let's go ahead and pull this up. And thank you guys for hanging out. And thank you guys for being in the chat. Like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to become a VIP, go ahead and grab yourself a membership. I greatly appreciate it. But let me see. Let's see. Hold on, y'all. Let me see if the video is here. Okay, hold on. All right, so I am about to bring up where I got this information from, okay? Let me see. And this is just the basic information that you need to know, okay? It's not even going in depth, and it can be read in any book, okay? The 9 criteria for DSM can be read in any medical book. You can pull it up on Google. It is pretty standard, okay? So don't say, is she a doctor? Bro, you can look the shit up yourself. Are you a doctor? I looked the shit up myself. Am I a doctor? Okay. All right, so I think I already have it queued. Let's go ahead and get into the general criteria that I just mentioned, okay? And a few things that will explain, like she says. Let's go ahead and get into this, you guys. Hold on, let me pull this up. Hold on, y'all. And like I said, when Trauma brought up the fact that Chastity was 10 times worse, he compared Chastity to Chrisean, but he said that she is 10 times worse than Chrisean. What could possibly be 10 times worse than Chrisean? I don't know. Okay. Which makes me want to say maybe it's more than one sister. Maybe this pattern behavior is bigger than we thought, right? Because if they're displaying the same behaviors, I don't know, y'all. Let's go ahead and get into this. And like I said, the DSM, the 9 criteria, you don't have to be a doctor, okay, to pull these things up. This is general knowledge, okay? I'm not a doctor. I pulled it up. You're not a doctor. You can easily pull it up. But we're about to listen to someone who has already has the answer and has pulled it up and is going to explain this to us, okay? Shout out to, what's her name? I'll get your name in a minute, you guys. Just listen to what she has to say, all right?
that I will explain at the end. So number one is frantic efforts to avoid real or imagined abandonment. BPD sufferers have an anxious attachment style that tends to be very rejection sensitive, which causes them to behave in wild, chaotic, and distraught ways to any slight perception of rejection or abandonment. Now, this is not a normal proportional reaction. This is a bomb exploding, a volcano erupting. So a real or perceived abandonment could be as slight as you arriving 5 minutes late, looking in the direction of an attractive person. It could be even something more minor, or it could be something based in reality, like you talking about ending the relationship. But the reaction to this rejection or abandonment is massive. It is frantic, like fire and electricity running through that person's veins as though you were trying to annihilate them. It's like you were throwing a newborn baby into a dumpster, and that baby is them, and you are the monster that would do such a thing. So these frantic efforts to avoid real or imagined abandonment are.
Listen, if you've been in a car accident, don't call an attorney. Use this AI app instead. That's what I did, and that's how I got this $140,000.
Based in legitimate distress. The second criteria is a pattern of unstable and intense interpersonal relationships, characterized by alternating between extremes of idealization and devaluation. Again, this is an extreme, intense, and unstable pattern of interpersonal relationships where the person puts you on a pedestal, loves everything about you, and then hates you, can't stand you, and treats you like the scum of the earth.
Now I don't mean to be a bugaboo, but are you picking up what I'm putting down? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Does it sound like somebody to you? Extreme, intense, unstable. They put you on a pedestal, Blueface, and then they discard you and devalue you. Sound like somebody we know or not? I don't know. Let me know.
Relationships where the person puts you on a pedestal, loves everything about you, and then hates you, can't stand you, and treats you like the scum of the earth. With BPD, this alternates back and forth. So there is a massive push and pull from you are the best to you are the worst, and sometimes in a very rapid cycle. And often the shift from idealizing to devaluing you can happen in response to what may seem to you as something very minor and sometimes completely out of the blue. Now, again, let me say, not all people with BPD experience all of these symptoms. That's very important to note. Okay, so number 3 is identity disturbances. And these are marked and persistent unstable self-image or sense of self. So the BPD sufferer has a very blurry and unstable sense of self. They have a bad, broken, unworthy, shame-filled self that they are constantly trying to annihilate, abandon, and separate from. And they work really hard to distract and distance themselves from this disowned, abandoned, and pain-filled self. So their identity and their sense of self is constantly shifting under their own feet as they try to get away from this terrible self that they believe themselves to be, making them like chameleons, changing their interests, their goals, their careers, their cities, their relationships, their values, and
sound like somebody you know? I'm just asking. ID disturbance, unstable sense of self. They constantly dumb down and try to bury their shame, right? They feel like if they give their baby to they sister, and they run around here like their life is just woohoo, let's party, bitch. What? We got a crisis going on, and you want us to be distracted because you're on a 24-hour live stream? Fuck your damn live stream. Okay? Yeah, you guys don't see that? Constantly doing this, doing that, switching. Yeah.
Pain-filled self. So their identity and their sense of self is constantly shifting under their own feet as they try to get away from this terrible self that they believe themselves to be, making them like chameleons, changing their interests, their goals, their careers, their cities, their relationships, their values, and trying to change their self and find one that is acceptable. Number 4 is impulsivity in at least 2 areas that are potentially self-damaging. So for example, spending, substance abuse, reckless driving, sex, binge eating. Impulsivity refers to a rapid, unplanned reaction to a situation or stimuli before fully processing the information and with a lack of regard for the long-term consequences. The BPD sufferer's thoughts, feelings, and actions are inconsistent and unstable. So one moment things are good, they feel in control, they may feel positive, and they truly do in that moment. But then boom, the bomb goes off, and even though they may have made a decision or an agreement while they were rational to refrain from certain impulsive behaviors that they may know they're prone to, once they are triggered and emotionally dysregulated, all deals are off the table. There are no breaks. The rational executive functions are offline, inaccessible, and there is no space between stimulus and response. There's no ability to analyze and make a sound decision that would work best in the long term. Number 5, recurring suicidal behavior, gestures or threats, or self-mutilating behavior. 70% of BPD sufferers will attempt suicide at least once in their life, and 8 to 10% of people with borderline personality disorder die by suicide. Those with BPD account for 18% of all suicides. This is higher than any other disorder. And in fact, 65 to 80% engage in some sort of non-suicidal self-injurious behavior, which can include cutting, hair pulling, burning, self-hitting, headbanging. And a lot of people will say that these are ways to manipulate their cries for attention. But the functions of these behaviors typically are much more complex, which I will discuss in part 2 of what is BPD in a different video, where I'll explain the types of BPD and the causes of BPD. So number 6 is affective instability caused by reactivity of mood. For example, intense episodic anxiety, irritability, and this can last a few hours, but rarely more than a few days. And this is often referred to as a BPD episode, and it is extreme instability of mood and emotional dysregulation that goes from 0 to 1,000 in a flash. Number 7 is chronic feelings of
Do we know anybody that goes from 1 to 1,000 in a flash? Instability of mood. Anybody? I'm just asking. Okay? I'm just asking. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. We have to play by YouTube's rules. I can't just play her video all the way through. Okay, you guys. I can't. All right, so let's just play by YouTube's rules. Let me see what you guys are saying. Hey, Blonay, listening in the bushes, multitasking. That is okay, Pinsy. That's exactly what I am. You guys can listen to me at the background, clean up, girl, cook. You got the right idea. Thank you so much for joining. Yes. You said, ooh, teach that truth, queen. Tell him. Tell it. Clock it. I know I get boring sometimes, you guys. We may not get the numbers. I mean, I do it all the time. But as long as I'm getting my point out to you, because I'm not playing with this. I'm not playing. And if you guys don't see what I see, I mean, I have to give you that because everybody thinks differently, you know. But people who know. I think she also has multiple personalities. Yeah, that's called DID. I think I've seen her snap and it looked like she snapped into like she kind of snapped and she was like something else. Like I've seen it only one time though. That's why I didn't really want to break down DID, but I went over DID, y'all. I damn near know it in my head. But I didn't want to bring that because I've never really seen her. That's multiple personalities, dissociative identity disorder. It's a way of a child to protect themselves from traumatic events that happen every day on a daily basis. And we know from Chrisean'S own mouth, don't nobody have to hate. She told us she has been suffering from the abuse since birth. She gave us an example of what her father, who she met at 7 years old, who ain't her damn daddy, if you ask me. Okay? Used to do to them. All right? She also claimed and said that she was homeless at the age of 9. While China over there, we always lived on a beach house. Bitch, when you're the oldest one. Chrisean is damn near the youngest one. Y'all stayed there for 10 years? Because how did Chrisean get homeless at 9? I'm just wondering. Right? What's up, Rita? Rita says, me too. All right, let's get back into it. The whole family curse. It's devastating and disgusting, diabolical demons. And we're going to wake them demons up. We're going to wake them demons up. Let's go. Yep, they all have dead eyes. Hold on, y'all. Let's go.
Few days. And this is often referred to as a BPD episode, and it is extreme instability of mood and emotional dysregulation that goes from 0 to 1,000 in a flash. Number 7 is chronic feelings of emptiness. And this is a feeling of being in a void, a numbness, an abyss. It's feeling lost, isolated, and emotionally frozen. Number 8 is inappropriate, intense anger or difficulty controlling anger. So this can be frequent displays of temper, constant anger, recurring physical altercations. So this can look like irritability, hostility, antagonism, constantly contradicting, taking everything you say as an attack. And it can be a lot more extreme, as in the case of BPD rage, which can be very dramatic, very damaging.
How do I manage to be 76 and still glow like I'm 30? Well, my advice is throw your creams in the trash if you.
And again, it's not like a little firecracker going off. This is like a nuclear bomb of mass destruction. And BPD rage can lead to mental, emotional, or physical abuse towards themselves or towards others. So it could be swearing, name calling, throwing, breaking things, hitting, and much, much worse. When turned inward, it can be self-mutilation or other forms of self-punishment. Number 9 is physical altercations. So
I don't know if this sounds familiar to y'all. Y'all let me know. Have you seen an episode of Baddies lately? Have you seen Chrisean go off lately with intense anger? Right? It's called BPD rage. I think this is something that needs to be repeated. We're already at the last one. Thank you guys for hanging in, okay? Thank you. Because sometimes we got to get to the bottom of things. Sometimes we have to take it there. Everything can't be hoopla and look at us and we got breaking news. Sometimes you just, we got to get boring. But this is how you learn. Because I always want to give you guys something you could take away. If you don't think this about Chrisean, it might be somebody you know. Somebody sitting on here right now, like, girl, that's my nigga. Girl, that's my mama. Girl, I'm glad because I'm about to take this nigga to the doctor. Or girl, I noticed some of them things in me. That's what it's all about. I'm gonna get the likes. I'm gonna get the views. Okay? I'm gonna get the likes. I'm gonna get the views. All right? All right, let's see. I'm just gonna repeat that last one, but let me see what you guys are saying. Let's play by the YouTube rules, y'all. Okay. Rita says, and she's always trying to take on the personality or act like who she around. It's weird. Exactly. You guys are picking up what I'm putting down. All these different indications are clumped into motherfucking borderline personality disorder. I don't understand why it's so impossible for you guys to think that I would even go down this road, because something wrong with him. It can't just be regular, oh, she dickmatized, or she's just in love, or she doesn't know any better, or she's only 25. Fuck all that. Okay? It's 2025. We don't give a damn about her being 25. Because there's a bunch of 25-year-olds that are not running around doing this. Okay? Yup. 100. Blone, you see Bino. What? Check her over his phone? I'm about to get into that, but let me write that down. Girl, it's so much going on. So Bino, because I'm going to put it in. Hold on. Bino checks over phone. Trouble in paradise, huh? And y'all wanted us to fall for that BS. We've been down this road before, bitch. We've been down this road before, bitch. It was called a circus. It went on for 2 freaking years. Instead of a blood, it was a crip. Hope. His name was Blueface. All right? And y'all expect us to join this ride. And, girl, y'all wake up. Please. And then when she break up with him, he wasn't shit anyway. Just go with the wind. Just with the wave. Just whichever way the wind blows you. Nobody stands firm in what they believe. And that's what's wrong with not only society, but the internet. You motherfuckers always want to go along, get along. Nobody wants to go against the grain. I'm here to tell you I jumped off the bandwagon long fucking time ago. Okay? I'd rather walk than be on that bandwagon with you. All right? I want to stand on my own and give my own opinion. Said 11-11. Never boring. Thank you, girl. She's scared of Bino watching. Yeah. Yep. I mean, Bino's getting played. I think that his career is going to take a hit. Now, I don't know if he's going to go all the way down because I don't know exactly about his career. I know nothing about his career. All right. So that's why I don't speak on. I don't know nothing about that man's career. I know that I told y'all the other day that I saw a bit of a documentary that let me know that he was from LA, which I didn't know. He's an aspiring rapper. We always see him at iHeartRadio, which makes me think that he got some kind of pull. He got some kind of play, but I really don't know. But whatever he has is going to take a hit. When Chrisean get done with you and dump you, I don't give a fuck if you got 100,000 new followers. Okay? Your heart is really your music. That's what you really want to be known for. But now you gallivanting with this up. And she's dampening and downing your life, bro. Because those people are only following you so that they can keep up with Chrisean. They're only following you so they can keep up with Chrisean. Okay? All right. So let's get back to this. And then number 9, we only have one more, y'all.
Number 8 is inappropriate, intense anger or difficulty controlling anger. So this can be frequent displays of temper, constant anger, recurring physical altercations. So this can look like irritability, hostility, antagonism, constantly contradicting, taking everything you say as an attack. And it can be a lot more extreme, as in the case of BPD rage, which can be very dramatic, very damaging. And again, it's not like a little firecracker going off. This is like a nuclear bomb of mass destruction. And BPD rage can lead to mental, emotional, or physical abuse towards themselves or towards others. So it could be swearing, name calling, throwing, breaking things, hitting, and much, much worse. When turned inward, it can be self-mutilation or other forms of self-punishment. Number 9 is transient paranoia or severe dissociative symptoms. And many clients with BPD will at some point wonder if they have some type of multiple personality dissociative identity disorder, because they will have periods of depersonalization where they feel out of self and detached from their own thoughts, their own body, as well as periods of derealization where they feel disconnected and detached from their environment as though they were in a movie. And this can feel like you're in a dream, or just kind of be a situation where you're somewhere but you don't know how you got there, or have a conversation, then you genuinely do not remember anything about it. There can also be other paranoid symptoms, including delusions, which could be seeing or hearing things that are not there, perceiving something in a completely distorted way from reality. Although this symptom is relatively common in BPD, it is rarely talked about. But it is estimated that 26% of people with BPD have paranoid delusions, and up to 80% report episodes of depersonalization, derealization, or some sort of dissociation. The label borderline personality disorder comes from doctors who identified this disorder as being on the border between neurosis and psychosis. The word neurosis or neurotic was used to describe mental, emotional, or physical reactions that are drastic and irrational. At its root, a neurotic behavior is an automatic, unconscious effort to manage deep anxiety and fear. Whereas psychosis is a condition that affects the way your brain processes information. It causes you to lose touch with reality and see, hear, or believe things that are not real. So that's where borderline comes from. So borderline personality disorder is a pervasive pattern of instability of interpersonal relationships, self-image, emotions or affect, and impulsivity, which impairs interpersonal functioning and intimacy. This is a disorder that requires intensive, long-lasting therapy and continuous management. It's not easy, it's not fast, but it's also not impossible. So if you suspect you have BPD, have been told you have BPD, regardless of other diagnoses or problems you may have, speak to a mental health professional to find out what resources and treatments are available in your area.
Okay, you guys, there you have it. And I'm glad that I could share this with you, right? And you have to admit that at least 4 of these criteria fit more than just Chrisean. Okay, we got 2 sisters that done bust somebody in the head with a Hennessy bottle. Where do they do that at? Okay. Feeling of emptiness. Chrisean has said many times that she gets depressed. Recently, she said that she was depressed, and Roy kept calling her like, sis, get up out the bed. Let's go here. Let's go that. She kept on turning him down. Why? Because she said that she was depressed. Don't come for me. Then she said, finally, I gave in. I got up. I said, okay. I got up and got out my little stupor. And I guess they did whatever they were doing at the time. This is where she promised us that we were going to see Chrisean Jr.'s room. We were going to do all of these fun things. Everything, girl, please. I don't even feel like going back through that dry ass list that you spit off to us. Okay. Have we ever seen intense anger in this woman? Don't worry, I'll wait. Don't worry, I'll wait. Don't worry, I'll wait. Intense anger, taking everything you say as a diss, going off like a nuclear bomb, not fizzle pop, not a firecracker. Physical altercations, right? Physical abuse, breaking, throwing, hitting people, name calling, word calling. Can we not see that every day that she displays this? Are we tripping? Because I know that my VIPs feel me. You guys are definitely picking up what I'm putting down, and I am so glad that I was able to present this to you. Okay? Carol, welcome. You say, I'm new here and I love it already. Welcome, girl. Thank you so much for joining me and understanding where I'm coming from, okay? I'm not going to always have the hype news and all that. I'm an older woman, okay? Sometimes I like to really think logically and get down to the nitty gritty, okay? I don't always have to be, oh, guess what? This is what happened. And this is what all this negativity. Let's bring some positivity to this internet, where we can leave people with a new perspective, where people can have a takeaway from your life. Maybe they see it in their life. Maybe they see it in a loved one's life. Maybe they didn't even know this shit. Maybe now they're going to look at Chrisean differently. For the people who couldn't figure it out, because there's a lot of us who are trying to figure it out. All right. I'm tired of her being on my timeline too. And that's one thing you can't help. Now I can help what I talk about, which is true. But I can't help her being viral and on my timeline. She is constantly on my timeline because she constantly keeps going viral. Okay? It's the virality of the toxicity that, I mean, and this is how Zeus makes their money, if you ask me. Right? Now, look, you acting like a whole ass demon out here, if you ask me. Okay? And we got to explore all the possibilities into what is wrong with these heifers. I done found a new word. I ain't got to call you bish no more. Because that used to be my favorite word. What's my favorite word? You want to say it like short. Heifer. And I heifers. Right? But let's face it, this is how Zeus makes entertainment. You think they give a damn about people's mental health? I believe that, let me take this down, hold on. I believe that Chrisean and Tesehki are going to fight on this episode of Baddies. Okay? Somebody said that Tesehki was hosting it. I don't know if I believe that. I mean, it's cool if she is, but somebody's mentioned that she's hosting it. I don't know. I don't know if they can get rid of Natalie Nunn that easily, right? Word, he's savage. What did you say, Pensy? He told her 48-hour separation, and she said 1 hour. That nigga getting tired. Nigga, you're going to be tired. I'm telling you. And when she chews you up and spits you out, she's a man eater. You didn't know that? She's also been known as the setup queen, if you know what that means, bro. Okay? I wouldn't even want to fuck with nobody who has an unalivement looming around their head, whether it's true or not. Whether it's true or not. Why would you even put yourself in the position to be next? You guys need to vet who you're dating. And that means check them out. Everybody is so set on their agenda, ain't nobody vetted nobody. He told her 48-hour separation. She said an hour. He said, nah, we ain't attached to hip like that. Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah? You know what I'm saying? At Bless, when did he say that? Yeah, y'all. So that's what I wanted to bring to you guys and leave on your dome. Okay? Besides a bunch of toxicity and irrelevancy and trash talking. Okay? I'm not here to trash talk anybody, put anybody down. I done already said the whole beautiful. I done already said her sisters are beautiful. What more do you want from me? What more do you want? I don't never come on here and attack her looks or anything like that, or weight. You need to find it if you do, because I don't even do that in real life. So I'd be shocked as shit if you guys found anything where I attacked her physicalness or anything like that. We're talking about her behavior and how she treats people, and you're never going to make me stop talking about that, because she keeps coming up with new shit like every single day. Okay. Great teachings always. Hallelujah. Thank you so much, Piercy. I'm sorry, y'all. That was my landlord. I had to talk to my landlord right quick. I apologize. Yeah. So Pinsy says at Celeste, don't want to put other YouTubes in Blonay chat. Type it, please. Yeah. No other YouTubers in the chat. Thank you so much for looking out for me. You are so what? You come through every time, my friend. Thank you so much. Love my kids. You are truly VIP. Okay. You are truly VIP. You said the snoid issue, sniffling, wet cough, never blows her beak, never coughs or spits out anything. I believe her hospital visit was from snow. Exactly. I don't know all. I was a respiratory therapist, and the nose cough issue. Oh, really? You say the nose cough issue is what? The nose cough issue are induced. So that's not her allergies? That is crazy. You know what? Don't let me have to pull up that video where she gave somebody a pill and they tripped out. Don't let me have to pull up that leaked video. Don't tell me that she ain't dealing and dabbling in pills and potions, because there's a leaked video of a conversation between her and somebody that she went to go party with. And in this conversation, the young woman says, girl, you remember that? Whatever you gave me. And Chrisean says, I told you to take half of a half. And she was like, I was tripping out. Woo. I wish that I had that. And I'm going to try to look it up for you guys. Hold on. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Now, can you guys hear now? Hold on. Okay. She's looking for something to hold on, fam. Yep. Yeah. No allergies here. Okay. Like she wants us to think. And no allergies. Exactly. She's a disgusting junkie. This is what we see junkie behavior. We don't know for sure, but we sure can talk about it. Okay. And who gonna check us, boo? Who gonna check us, boo? This is for entertainment purposes only. Anybody that wants to come and give their POV is welcome. Just talk to me nice. If you don't agree with me, it's okay. Everybody that come over here is not going to agree with it, but talk to me nice. That's all I'm saying. Okay? We don't want a bunch of yes men over here. We don't want every motherfucking body in the chat to be okay. Bitch, you might not agree with me. It's okay. I can take it like a big girl. Okay? I have no problem with it. As a matter of fact, it makes me stronger because I know that I'm getting it. I'm getting it. And if you guys know anything about discernment, if you know anything about having no fear, if you know anything about that, I have to stand like I stand. Because, see, this is what a true child of God does. Okay? Y'all have been bamboozled by everybody. I'm a child of God now. I'm a child of God. He gonna fix the table in front of my enemies. No, he gonna fix the table in front of my enemies. No, he gonna fix the table in front of bitch. All y'all children, who gonna be on the other side of the table? Who gonna be on the other side of the table? If all y'all children of God, and he's gonna prepare a table in the midst of your enemies, who gonna be on the other side of the table? Now, I'm not saying they're not children of God, but this is how a child of God operates. Okay? Sometimes your strength doesn't come from self. It comes from trusting God completely. And let me explain. In this crazy world we live in, fear is almost everywhere, okay? Can we all agree on that? You see it online. You see it in headlines. It's all over YouTube and social media, okay? We are living in uncertain times. And sometimes you even sense it in your own heart. What do I mean by that? Sickness, broken relationship, financial struggle, and in many more ways that you don't even know about. If we're not careful, fear can slowly take over and rob us of our peace, y'all. It can slowly take over and rob us of our peace. But as a children of God, true children of God, not this fake shit they putting out to you, okay? Let's just make that clear. We are called to live by faith and not by fear. And I want to leave you guys with this, and this is a perfect example. Isaiah, let me see. Isaiah, let me look. Isaiah 41, verse 10. And this says, and I'm quoting, all right? So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am God. I will strengthen you and to help you. I will uphold you with my righteous hand. Okay? And you know, when I say this, I can't help but think about Daniel in the lion's den. You guys know that story, right? Let me tell you a little bit about it. You see, Daniel was faithful to God, but his enemies plotted against him. and convinced the king to pass a law forbidding prayer for anyone except the king. Now, Daniel could have hidden his faith out of fear. He could have prayed silently when nobody was watching, but instead he prayed openly to God, as he always did. All right? He prayed openly to God, as he always did. All right? They tried to shut up Daniel. As a result, he was thrown into the lion's den. But God, lion's den, y'all, imagine that. Imagine that, being thrown in a lion's den for praying aloud. Okay? To shut him up. But God sent his angels to shut the mouths of the lions, and Daniel was unharmed. Daniel's courage didn't come from his own strength. It came from trusting God completely. Y'all get it? And the same God who protected Daniel, guess what? It's the same God who is with your rabbit ass today. Okay? 2 Corinthians 1, verse 20 says, for no matter how many promises God has made, there are yes in Christ, and his promise to protect you, to guide you, and never leave you. He's still true right now, y'all. You know that, right? This is why I stand so boldly, because my blessings don't come from your whack asses. They don't. I wake up every morning in the blessings, favor, grace, and mercy of God. That's why my lights are on. That's why I got a roof over my head. You think I'm going to deny Jesus for yoga? I don't think so. I don't think so. Not to please anybody. All right? And I'm talking to believers, not deceivers, okay? People who will resonate with this message will get it. So no matter what lions that you may have today, remember, greater is he that is in thee, in you, than he that is in the world. And that's all I got. That's all I got. Okay? I just wanted to pass on this message to grace you guys with. And if you guys want to watch this full video, I think it's called Grace at Dawn. And this is where I pray sometimes. I go to different ones and I pray every morning before I open my TV, before I open my laptop, as soon as I open my damn eyes, okay? Up early in the morning, breath stinking while I'm yawning, just another sunny day in California. I don't even brush my teeth. Something might happen on the way. Okay? So this is all I got for you guys, all right? It's going to take one hater, okay, who want to speak up and speak out against this. But I just wanted to share that with you guys, all right? And I'm so glad that you guys are receptive to that and exactly what I'm saying. Yes. Let me see where I left off at. Love my kids is just showing out, y'all. She is just showing out. My day one, girl, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I humble myself to you that you would even take time to like press this button, get the money out your account, press this, like it's a process that somebody has to want to do. And I appreciate that. I ask God to touch my work in whatever I do. And it seems like it's working. So why would I veer off just for a few haters? I think not. I think not. Okay. Even Pensy says, I remember that. Hashtag save Junior till it's backwards. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. Hashtag save Junior till it's backwards. We always really on here for Junior. But y'all want to believe what Chrisean got. I'm here for my son. Please. Keep speaking up, sis. Thank you, Dorothy. Thank you guys for the support. And another one. What? And another one. Thank you so much, love. She said, I apologize. I am the worst at texting. The sniffling and cough comes from snowballs. Right. I'm sure she has BPD. And winter activities, it's very obvious. Yeah. Now, I've tried snow before. Now, I didn't do it for long, or it wasn't no year, it wasn't no month, but I've tried it before. So I know how it makes you feel. I know how it makes your nose feel. And I know about, that's when she was doing that sniffling and stuff, I've been around people who've done it. And don't ask me how I got away from that, but I did. Okay. And like I said, I've been smoking marijuana all my life, but God even snatched that away. I told God to snatch out anything that doesn't serve him or anything that was taking me away from my purpose. And do you know he snatched the craving for marijuana? I've been smoking marijuana since I was 13 years old. I thought I would never give it up. I thought I couldn't live without it. It was ruling my life. I didn't want to admit it, but it was. No longer. I may smoke every once in a while before I asked God to do that. And I was ready because I've asked him before and it hasn't happened. But when I was ready, he simply just pulled the desire away from me in one day. I didn't have any withdrawals, it's just slight withdrawals where you feel a little antsy. You feel a little anxious for a couple of days. There's really no withdrawals when you stop, smoking marijuana. It's really not. It's just a few days. You may feel a little jittery. You may feel a little antsy. You may feel like something's missing. Maybe you can't really settle down with your thoughts. But after the third day, you're fine. There's really no real withdrawals. Okay, you're not going to be throwing up and building over. But the fact that he took away the desire and the appetite, I ain't smoked that shit. I still got it. Ain't smoked it in months. That's a miracle. Fucking miracle. So that's the reason why I come on here, y'all. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. Girl, I wish I would put something up my nose. That was a long time ago. Long time ago. I just have a good memory. All right. I dated this white man. Was he a white boy? Yeah, we were teenagers. But I did it after that too. But I used to date this white boy, and he was a boy because we were in high school. Okay. And I was dating this man, this white man, and he took me to this doctor's house. Okay. And this doctor introduced me to that. Okay. Now, we only did it when we went over there from time to time. He never bought it. I never bought it. So I don't want y'all to think it was a thing. But every time we would go over that doctor's house, which was every week, we were doing that. So that's how I know the drainage. That's how I know how it makes you feel. And sometimes you have to confess with your mouth, okay? We fall down, but we get up. And I mean, at 17, girl, 18, 19, 20, 21, girl, I would have hopped in. Bitch, I was dick dumb. Bitch, crazy as hell, okay? You can't tell me a damn thing. I would have hopped in that van. Okay. The one with no windows that's creepy and it looks like you're going to kidnap me. You want me to get in there? All right. I trust you. That was me, y'all. That was me. I could have been kidnapped, stabbed, robbed, unalived at any moment during the ages of 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22. And maybe even 23. Maybe even 24. But by the time I got 25, something in me just snapped, like something just came together and it just said, bitch, guess what? You're soon going to be 30. You're 25. And I was like, damn, you're right. And then things start coming in perspective and things that I didn't see before. That's why they say 25 is that golden age where something, your pineal gland goes in. And I believe it. Because at 25, something snapped in me. And I got all the sense that God gave a Billy Goat. I'm just sharing something personal with you guys. Okay. But yeah, y'all, that's about all I got. Let me read the rest of these messages. Yes, thank you for using. Oh, yeah. Another one of my subscribers, y'all. using these emojis. Game over. Game over, baby. I'm chiefing now. See? Yeah, Lord. Ain't nothing wrong with smoking marijuana now. It was the overindulgence. It was the desire that I had to have it to survive. I had to have it to get through the day. I had to have it after I eat. I had to have it before I went live. I had to have it. It was taking over my life. Okay? That's what I mean. Now I can take it or leave it. Even if I smoke right now, I can take it or leave it. I love marijuana. Okay? So, and I feel like there's nothing wrong with it. Some people may feel like there's something wrong with it. I don't feel like there's anything wrong with it. It's medicinal. It's medicinal. Now, if we choose to use it for recreation, that's one thing. But there are people out here that really need it for cancer, pain, glaucoma, you know, a lot of the injuries, joints, and they use this maybe in the broken down version, maybe THC. I don't know. But they use this as medication, you guys. It's also different forms of marijuana that you can break down. Right? You know, there's CBN, CBD, THC. Yeah, y'all. Edibles. And people use this to get through life. I just use it recreation. Okay? I feel like there's nothing wrong with that, but it's to each his own. I have friends in all walks of life, and that's what makes the world go round. Exactly. Exactly. Girl, I haven't gained the mental strength to give up my tweeds. Girl, I already know. This just happened a couple months ago. So I'm with you. It just happened to me a couple months ago. Okay? So I'm with you. All right? You said, Blow, are you a Leo? No, I'm a Gemini. I'm a Gemini, y'all. Now, you guys let me know your thoughts. If you guys are going to be part of the replay gang, please leave a comment so I know that you came back to visit. That's all I got for y'all. And yeah, I will see you guys on the next video. Okay? Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate you guys. Until next time, America.
Party rockin', lips locking, goofy